Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. And before we get to our guest today, we have a big shout out for Living Sisu. Living Sisu is a platform and app that wants to give you all the tools to have success in your sport. Their main objective is to activate your lifestyle. It's for active people. Enjoy discounts at companies like BioSteel, 30% off, Body Logics, the Goalie Guild, all his books are discounted. Roan, Lululemon for men, 20% off. Online stretching programs with Eccentrics, 1 full month free. They got super silent massage guns, 20% off those. And it's a great quality. It's way less expensive than a Theragun, and it's great quality. So there's so many more discounts that you guys will need to just become a member to see. So they want to provide you with anything you need for success. So come join the community. I'm a part of it. A bunch of other athletes are a part of it. So it's free to join. It takes 20 seconds to get exclusive offers to your sport, and it's definitely worth it. So do us a huge favor and go sign up for Living Sisu's membership. It's free, takes 20 seconds. So go do it, and we'll see you there. Living Sisu is a great company. We know one of the co-founders, Zach Fricali. He's a great guy. He's the co-founder. He does a lot of live streams on Instagram at Living Sisu, with a bunch of elite athletes, and you learn a lot from like the athletes' determination, their resiliency, everything to what made them become successful. So it's been a great experience so far. So go on. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. So go sign up. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and in today's episode, we have a very special guest. We have Kent State goaltender Shea Spanier. Shea plays Division I hockey with Kent State University and has spent time in juniors as well. Welcome to the show, Shea Spanier.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Glad to get you on the show. How are you?
I'm good. Sitting in my apartment. I got to go on the ice yesterday, so it was pretty fun. Just been trying to get 1 or 2 skates in a week with Neil Conway, so just doing what I can do to stay fresh and getting ready to the upcoming season with Kent. So
Yeah. So how is training going for you? We're in these like very weird times with like COVID and all
yeah,
that. Like, how's that going for you?
it's actually going pretty well. I mean, after reaching out to Mike over at Goalie Hacks, he sent me some really good workouts, and you've seen some videos, and definitely off ice has gone a lot better. And I've been skating with Neil Conway twice a week, and I've been doing some camps with him. So we're really working on my posture and my mobility, like moving side to side better. So I've definitely got a lot faster on the ice, and my hockey IQ, like my ability to read the play, read the shots, got a lot better. So getting up in the higher levels, that's gonna be really important. So it's been working on that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great to get, like, they're seeing like everything better and like you're working like harder, and like I've seen the videos and you were psyched about how you improved on I forgot what it was, but you improved on what was that last video you
Oh,
sent?
it was it was it was a 1 minute wall sit with 130
Yeah.
pounds. But I was improving on my isocentric training, so like holding it and then exploding up. So I thought it'd be pretty funny to send over to the mic, because like the end of the summer, there's no way I'm doing 135 wall sit for a minute. Like I did it in a minute and a half too. So I thought that
Uh,
was funny to send over to yeah.
that's psycho and going crazy.
I'm not psycho.
But you're working on the grind, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
So, like, can you give, like, our viewers a little background information on you? Like, when did you start playing hockey? Like, the teams you were on, like, in youth hockey to, like, junior hockey, and, like, why you chose
Yeah.
goaltender?
So like I have a really weird like history growing up, because you don't know this, but my dad does a national sports radio show. So his name's Shea Spanier. You follow him on Twitter at StinkingGenius1. But so I moved 8 times growing up. So I started playing goalie actually in Los Angeles after moving from Chicago. So I grew up, I was playing before I ended up playing AAA, I played a little bit of Junior Kings, Junior Coyotes, and then I played AA for the Dallas Penguins and Pee-wees. And then I ended up making Dallas Stars Elite U14 97 team and for minor Bantam. And that was a fun year, playing against the Coyotes when they had, Matthews and this other kid named Cake Bright plays for Niagara. Got to play against the Chuck brothers, or the Matthew Chuck at least, against St. Louis. We actually got to beat them.
Oh,
it was pretty cool. Yeah, but they came
wow.
and smoked us by 10 the next game. So we weren't very good, but I definitely had to play against a lot of those 97s that were really good, and that was really good for me. After playing Dallas Stars Elite, I'm kind of a nerd. I like school, I guess. So I wanted to go to prep school so I can, try to have a better chance playing college, I thought. So I ended up going to a school called Nichols, and then just wasn't a fit for me. And then after my grade 10 year, I ended up going to a school in Vermont called Rice, which is where my parents still live now. After playing at Rice, I kind of was a suitcase in juniors, played for 5 teams. Played South Shore Kings. Then after playing in the USP, I went to the OJ for a month. I played for the Mississauga Chargers. And then another month, 2 months in the Gouge with Powell Panthers and the Buffalo Regals. And then I ended up going to the Brockville Tikis and Junior B over there because the Junior A team was full. So I ended up being the 3rd string there and starting for the Junior B team. So after the season kind of ended, I didn't have a lot of opportunities anymore, bounced around a lot. So I ended up deciding to go play at Kent State. Even though it's ACHA Division I, it's still very competitive. We had 4 guys go pro, SP, and the Fed. So I definitely think I made the right choice. It's really good for my major too. So.
And you're working your way up to pro, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too bad.
I just want to play hockey.
Yeah, me too. I feel that. So what was it like moving around the 8 different times, like you said? It must have been really hard, especially meeting new people and all that, and getting situated with the team.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, it didn't really hit me. So I was in my later teens, how hard it could have been. Counselors at school telling me, "Man, it must have been really hard." Not really. Just pretty social person, maybe pretty outgoing. It did kind of stink though, going to a tryout every year because you moved and you have to go play for a new team. So, but a lot of all white pads for sure. But it definitely helped me prepare me for juniors, moving around a lot. Being able to kind of mesh with people, get to know people get to get along with people pretty well. So, I mean, I don't regret anything. I'm okay with. I wouldn't have changed my past really. I'm moving a lot, but definitely got to see a lot of cool people or see a lot of cool places and meet a lot of really cool people. And if I didn't move around a lot, I probably wouldn't have been where I am today.
Yeah, just moving around, you must have seen a lot of cool stuff and
Yeah,
a lot of cool places. What has been your favorite place you've moved to?
tough one. I've actually got this question a lot. I can give you my least favorite though.
What's your least favorite?
My least favorite was definitely Buffalo. I did not live in there. We didn't live in a very good area, and I just didn't I'm a huge Sabres fan too, which is crazy. But,
I see the Ryan Miller jersey behind you.
Yeah. My girlfriend got it for me, but I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't really like the city that well. I really like Vermont a lot. It's really really pretty. I played juniors in Boston. That was one of my favorite places that I lived. I really liked the suburbs of Boston, and Niagara Falls up in Ontario is really beautiful. So those places, and I really like Chicago. I was born there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Chicago.
Yeah, fellow Chicagoan.
The Bears.
Yeah, so let's start with your time at in prep school. So what made you decide to go that route and instead of going to a high school or a regular high school?
Yeah, so growing up, I don't know, I was just kind of I was a goalie. I was kind of a weird kid. I didn't really I just wasn't doing well in a class of 35, 40 people.
Yeah.
And the high school I would have gone to was 4,000 people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was a big school. It would have been Plano West. And my mom and her 4 siblings actually went to Nichols. So I was second generation legacy, and they have a really good hockey program. My freshman year, we had a kid drafted in the NHL, Sean Malone. His junior year, he left to go play for Team USA. So it was a really good program, especially at the time. And I thought I could work my way up to the varsity prep A team, and they were playing teams from all over North America, and it was a big deal. So I really, really liked the learning atmosphere. It just turned out it wasn't for me. So I ended up going to play for Rice, which was a great experience. Those 2 years there. Made a lot of friends I still talk to today, and we had to play against a lot of good teams. So we were in the MPHL, which is like a really good prep school league. Teams, we were playing teams from Calgary. We would go to Alberta, teams from Chicago. So
A little bit of everywhere. That's for sure.
yeah, you're probably familiar with them, Lake Forest Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would play against them. The only team that wasn't like on par with the rest of the teams, I guess, was Loyola. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, in like the actual city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played 15 games. I think your elite prospect said that first year. So like, what was like that first season like, especially since like just getting used to everything and getting used to like high level hockey.
Yeah, so my first year I came in, we had, I think, like a fifth-year senior transfer from a Division III school. So he was pegged as number one right away. And I kind of knew I was taking the back seat. So in that type of role, it was kind of just more of a supporting role. I just kind of shut my mouth. I just played really hard in practice. When I had an opportunity in the game, it was usually only like 10 shots, just try to stop all the pucks I could, maybe some I shouldn't. Don't complain about playing time and work hard for next year. And next year rolls around, we had 12 guys graduate, 4 guys go play pro.
Wow.
Yeah, we had 20 freshmen, sophomores this year. Definitely rebuilding year. Definitely had a really hot start, and then as you can probably see on my lead prospects, definitely tapered off. Kind of started worrying about stuff I couldn't control. So it's something I've been working on with Mike, just kind of the mental side too of the game.
Yeah. So what is that mindset like? Like especially when you're not playing as much and you just have to shut up and just play practice and just play practice like a game pretty much. So like
Yeah,
what's the mindset there?
mindset there. So I mean, it was kind of new going into that because like the year before, like especially in Brockville, I was playing like every game. Like I think there was one time I started every game for 2.5 months straight. Like I was playing like every game, getting 40, 50, 60 shots. And then now I'm playing on a really good team. We were top 20 in the country. No, we had 2 guys who were top 5 in scoring. So definitely that type of role was just, pretending it was definitely a game. Not worrying about playing time, not worrying about any goalies, just, focusing on myself. And that's definitely matured me because at the time I was very upset. I was kind of being a baby about it, like in my head, kind of like, oh man, I wish I got to play. Like, I mean, I wasn't very vocal about it with the team, maybe with like 1 or 2 other freshmen, but it's not about having like a pity party for yourself. It's kind of just like, like it's okay. Like, it's not okay you're not playing, but just remembering like you're gonna get an opportunity. You just gotta be patient. You gotta wait for it, and you just gotta keep working. And one day it's gonna come. You can't just give up. So
Yeah, you just gotta keep grinding, keep working, put that off season grind in, workouts, like
yeah,
you just gotta do everything you can control because you can't control if you're playing or not because the
yeah,
coach makes
exactly.
that decision, but you just control like working out and all that and just getting better every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're at prep, like what was like the hardest like transition like from playing like youth hockey to like, going into prep?
Um, it was pretty similar to like the college like part of it where it definitely prepared me for college where like talking to your teachers beforehand about missing class for school and getting caught up, sometimes doing homework on the bus. Like at Rice, I think one time we would have like 12-hour bus rides because we would go to Buffalo or something like that. Or we had a bus to Montreal, then fly to Chicago, and then fly to Alberta. Like we had pretty far travel, so we definitely had to keep on top of our schoolwork. And Rice was pretty cool with that. We got free tutoring after school by the teachers, which class we missed, which was really nice. Like we would have our practice at like 1 in the afternoon, so we'd miss our last 2 classes of the day, and then we would have to
Not
come
bad,
back.
not bad.
What'd you say?
Not bad. Missing the last two.
Yeah, I missed like history and accounting. It was pretty fun. But no, we would just come back and then they would tutor us on what we missed and talking to friends, getting notes. So
Yeah, I think that like talking to your teacher is like very important. Like my freshman year, like I sucked at that and like got a bad rep, so pretty much. But I fixed it my sophomore and going
it's
into
good.
junior year now. So you just gotta so future tip, make sure you talk to the teachers for sure.
Yeah, and then some of the teachers would get really upset with me. Like I remember my first day of freshman year, I uh I got called up to play U18s with the Junior Sabres because one of their goalies got hurt. And like the first thing I ever said was, "Hi, my name's Shea. I'm going to miss this class Friday and the next Friday." So I learned like how like, the correct way to like talk to a teacher. Like, hey, like I'm going to miss all your classes after you just told me how hard physics one's going to be.
How was that? Uh,
Awful. I cried twice. I was like
well,
14. And I cried twice. Yeah, like it was bad.
yeah. Hey, at least you got to play for the U18 team though. So
Yeah, it was like 2
that,
months with Junior Sabres. A lot of fun. So.
yeah. So what was that like? Like, did you play a lot or were you just like?
No, I played like
Uh,
1 minute and I fell. We were playing against Comcast at the. We were actually in Vermont, which was funny. We were playing a tournament. It was like the Woodchuck Classic or something, and we were playing against like we were winning like 4-1 with 3 minutes left, and they're like, "Yeah, throw them in." I'm 14. It's my first year midget playing U18s, and I would have stopped the puck by then. I just slipped and fell. The guy had his head down at the point and didn't shoot.
Dang.
Yeah, but no, it was.
Just like the video you sent into the group chat a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Maybe I got a problem with my edges.
But
But
I just need
no,
some work.
practices definitely challenged me. I was like really small. I was like 5'3", like 120. Like I was just a really small kid, and I was pretty much playing against kids like 3 years older than me, 4 years older than me, and a lot of these kids were really good. A lot of these kids I'm going Division 1, major juniors, because they were like top 10 in the country. So U18 Junior Sabres definitely has a good rep. One guy's in the AHL right now, Frank Hora. He was really good. Um, Definitely pushed me and helped me build confidence too going into my U16 tryouts over at Nichols. So
Yeah. So like how big is confidence for you? Because as a goalie, like you need a lot of confidence to play well. So how especially when things aren't going right, like how do you like change that mindset to like still be confident and still like hold your own?
yeah, I just try to make it simple. So I mean, you pretty much have one job is to stop the puck. So I mean, it's easier said than done. But after a few bad games, I try to think about why I play hockey in the first place. It's just because I like it and it's fun. So I try to think about that, and then I get practice. After like before the skate or after the skate, I'll do some drills where it's like I'll really gain some confidence. Shots from like top of the circles. Washing into my glove. Rebound control. Maybe yeah. Maybe I'll watch a game that I played really well, and I'll like slow down the one save or I make a windmill in the splits or something like that.
I do that all the time. Like when I record myself, like just watching those videos, like
Oh
slow
yeah.
motion windmills. There's no better feeling, that's for sure.
No, it was we were playing against Eastern Michigan, and I have like one clip where like it was like a 4 on it was like a 5 on 3 or 5 on 4 power play, and with like 3 seconds left in the period, I came across in the splits and just
Absolutely robbed him.
yeah, it sucks because they changed the camera angle. You couldn't really see it that well, so you have to like slow mo zoom it. You can see the puck like slowly, and as soon as I catch it, they change the angle.
That's bogus. Bad camera work there.
I know I gotta definitely bring it up with the game day option, or I can't. Gotta get him fired or something.
Just gotta do it for the highlight reel.
Yeah, exactly. That's one reason why I play.
Yeah, so your final year of prep, you played the most you ever did in prep, which was 31 games. Like, how much do you think you grew throughout those seasons that ended up like you taking all the way to juniors and all the way to college and all?
Yeah, I gained a lot of confidence from that because like my team really rallied behind me that year too as well. They were like, "Hey Shay, like we need you." I remember after the fourth game, we lost like 4-3. I think I gave like 2 goals in the third, and I was really pissed. And like one of my team was like, Shea, like we need you. Like you're gonna be our guy. Like you need to bounce back from this. So I'm like, like this when you're growing up, you don't ever dream of being a backup. You dream of being a starter.
Yeah.
So it's something that I really like. I took pride on. Like, yeah, this is like it wasn't my team, but like this is my team in my way. I want to help the team out. I want to carry. So definitely went to juniors. It was good. It was my last year at Rice. We weren't the best team, but when I went to juniors, I was on a really good team and we had a lot of expectations. So it was really good fighting for opportunities over there in juniors when I went to South Shore. And I really enjoyed my time at Rice. Playing hard for the guys. So.
Yeah. So now let's go on your junior career a bit. So you played for like 5 different teams, you said, and
Yeah, it doesn't really show up my elite prospects, but
yeah, because I only got like
5 teams.
3 teams in elite prospects. So you began with the South Shore Kings, right?
Yeah.
You played 20 games, 2.45 goals against average point, 922 save percentage. It's like, what made you so successful your first year of juniors, especially that 92 save percentage?
Well, we had a really good team first off, so like it wasn't just me, but the coaching at South Shore was exceptional. We had a goalie coach on the ice with us every day. Every day before practice, we had a 30-minute goalie session. Stop it goaltending, that was one of their guys was on with us.
Oh, really? That's sick.
Yeah, it was really good. And we had a gym in the rink, so I was working out with EPS. That's where a lot of the Patriots players work out. That's where Jack Eichel works out. Anyone who's really good in Massachusetts works out there. So got top-notch training.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal at all, but definitely built a lot of confidence when you're on the ice every day with a goalie coach and he's like really breaking stuff down for you. And it helps when you have like the second best team in the league too as well. So
yeah. So was it like a hard adjustment or like since you had all these like these things? So like was it a hard adjustment, or did you find it to be like pretty easy?
I didn't. The only like hard adjustment. I mean, I wouldn't say there was any like hard adjustments going in the juniors. I mean, I was 18, turning 19, moving around a lot already. I mean, I spent like almost a whole year living with another family at 16, going on the Rice before my family moved up. So that part wasn't too bad, but maybe like the cooking a little bit. Like the first time I ever had to cook. But I lived with a family that did a lot of cooking for me, and I had a roommate who was also on the team. They had a kid who played in the U16 team, so we definitely had a good time there. And the only real adjustment, I guess, was just like the junior lifestyle, just no school, which was fun.
Yeah, that even better, but
yeah.
But then you go back to college and it starts all over again.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Yeah. So then what team did you go to after?
So I went to Mississauga, and I spent. Well, that summer actually was pretty tough because originally I was protected for the NCDC team because that was the very first year they got rid of the whole Premier Elite and they went Premier NCDC. So I was protected to be on NCDC. They actually had like a prospect team with some of the Premier guys and a couple of the Elite guys and a couple of the U18, U16 guys. And we would like go around and play, and I was on the team, which was pretty cool. I got to practice with the Premier team or the NCDC team now a couple times. But they decided at the end of the year they weren't going to protect me. So I tried out for like a ton of different all teams. I got cut by like everyone. And I ended up just thinking like one day, like, well, what if I just go try out for a team in Canada? Like, screw it. Like, it's either this or NA3. So I ended up skating in front of Milton, and then Mississauga saw me. They really liked me. So I went to training camp, and I was on the team. I played a few preseason games, and that's where like I feel like mentally where like skill-wise, physically I was ready for the level, but mentally like I couldn't hold it together for the whole game at that level. And that's something I really improved on with Mike too, especially this summer. And that's where a little bit of maturity came in. So I think that's part of the reason why I bounced around, because like one bad thing would happen, and I think that's why that offseason was so tough for me, because I went through a lot that offseason, personally.
Yeah.
So now I'm able to separate like personal life from hockey, and when I'm on the ice, like I'm blank, like I just only think about the game.
Yeah, that's huge, especially since like as a goalie, you only can think about the game. If you think about
Yeah,
anything else, like you're fucked.
yeah, no,
Everything
yeah, I
goes
was,
downhill from there.
yeah, I was, it was bad. I was living like by myself at my grandma's beach house, and like there was a lot of stuff going on. So I was able to like put that aside and finally like find some success in Brockville and make a team when make a really bad team and help them pull them together. So
Yeah, especially since like your mindset goes like wanders. Like I remember like this past season, like I get pissed after a goal, and then the next thing I know, another one's behind me, and then I'm like fuck, and then another one's behind me, and it's just like you gotta. And then I created like a system where like I go to the boards, tap the boards, and then
yeah,
throw some water around. So the systems really do help because Mike preaches systems, so like they really do help and has definitely helped like you stay like mentally like mentally sharp and focused and like be in the present.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like sometimes during a game, I would just space out. Like that wasn't okay. I mean, like especially at that level, split second. Like there's it's like one of the best junior leagues in all of Canada. Like they're gonna get you. Like if you're not 100% focused, there's some things like something else is on your mind. If you're worrying about something off the ice that you can't control, if you're worrying about, oh, am I gonna get signed after this game? Why hasn't he done this? Like so. Oh, he said this to me before the game. He must likely more than the other goalie.
Yeah. At least they didn't send it from like the red line. Like it goes in and
Oh yeah, no,
they
I did have a pretty bad goal though in preseason, which I think did me in. Like I was playing really well this game actually, and like the guy shot it and like tipped off my glove and like went in.
oh
Like I was like top of the string. I was bad. Like I got to the bench, like no one would talk to me. And like the coach, I think like a week later, the coach was like, "Yeah, you're gone." It was after that one goal. Like yeah, like it's pretty tough. Like when you're you only have a certain amount of 20-year-olds or so, like it's only like a certain amount of Americans, so many Americans. So I didn't prove it to them in the 2 preseason or how many of games I played, and I was only average. So they were like, "Yeah, we can't have average. We want
yeah.
someone coming in dominating."
Yeah, your job's always on the line as a goalie, so you just gotta
Yeah,
always stay focused, stay on your game.
yeah, that's something. Going back earlier, that's something that was a hard adjustment. Like in prep school, like you can't get cut. At South Shore, they weren't cutting me. We were like one of the best teams in the league. I mean, it's kind of cocky to say, but I mean, I was like both. A lot of the guys on that team should have been playing on the elite or premier, whatever the second team.
Yeah,
We were scrimmaging premier teams and doing really well against them, like other teams that played out of that rank. So, I think like not having like a safety net behind you, like you're the guy, like your job's on the line. There's goalies all over that want this position, and you have it. You know, there's not 100 goalies gearing up to play South Shore USP Elite, but there's 100 goalies trying to play in the OJ.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
Just
something that really got to me at that time. Like, oh shoot, I can lose my job at any time.
yeah,
That was a hard adjustment for me.
yeah,
Now, definitely more mentally mature about it.
yeah, because you just can't think about that. Like you just got to play your game, and once your mind starts wandering like that, you're
Yeah.
gone. You're gone.
Oh yeah. Like now, like in the game, like I'm just focused on the play. I'm smiling way more too. Like I'm having way more fun playing. So.
I feel like you gotta have fun because hockey's fun. Like the times that I've played really good, I'm laughing, I'm having fun. Like you just gotta be like a flurry out there and just like joke around.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like after a tough game. I had a really bad game against this one school called Oakland, and I wrote in like my coach is just ringing me out. I just wrote in my glove with like a little marker, like just play hard, have fun, smiley face, and like I think I made 45 saves in this game. Like that was one of the most fun games I played. It's fun making saves. Like it's not fun worrying about your coach.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
like, do you like write? So like, you write stuff in your glove, like you said. Do you write stuff like anywhere else, or is it just?
Yeah. So ever since I was 14, I actually got the idea from the goalie on U18 Junior Sabres. He kept a journal, so I keep a journal. It's kind of weird, but I write down like 3 things I want to work on before my practice or lesson, and so 3 things I focus on, and I write down like a couple things I do good, a couple things I do bad, just a way to track my progress. And then before a game, I would write like I used to write a lot, and I used to get in my own head, and now especially after this year, being more like mature, as I said earlier, kind of just comes with age. Kind of just shrunk it down to like a few sentences, like, all right, like just a couple stuff I want to remind myself before a game, and just kind of stuff to go out there and just clear my mind. It's like a form of meditation for me. So
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing. Like I just write how like I'm feeling, like in a journal or like on my phone, like I usually do it in the notes section. Just
yeah,
write what I'm feeling, like how I felt during the game, like what I was seeing, like during like plays wise, and just what I did bad and what I did good. And so like kind of like similar to you. So it's good to track that progression, especially when you see like you keep getting better. So it's a good feeling for sure.
yeah, no, yeah, mental part of the game is really important. I didn't realize that till especially after juniors and after the struggles of last season. So being able to become more mentally mature, just excited to see what I can do now and improve even more. So
Yeah, Mike has definitely helped throughout all this process for both of us because like
yeah,
especially like the mindset part of the game and just it's awesome being in the program that he's in that we're in together with him. So
yeah,
it's
definitely.
always
I
good to
learned a
meet you
lot.
guys too. Yeah, so you played 2 games with the Pelham Panthers, right?
Yeah, no,
In the
that
Doge,
was not fun.
and then you and then you went to the Brockville Tikis in the CCHL too. It's like, was there like a big difference going from like the Goj to the CCHL?
Yeah, the Goj, to be honest, in my opinion, was um, just as good as the OJ, if not better, but way more fun. Like in a way. So in the OJ, um, like it's Junior A up there, Goj is Junior B, but the only reason the Goj is in Junior B is because it's so close to the OJ. And if you notice, it's like a geographic difference. All the Goj teams are in southern Ontario below Toronto, and all of the OJ teams are in like the Toronto area, maybe a little north, except Buffalo, obviously. But one thing I noticed that like there was a lot more like guys trying to go to the OHL when they're in the Goj, and a lot more guys trying to go to college in the OJ. So like we would play against guys who were like third round draft picks in the O, a lot of ex OHL guys. So the leagues were definitely very good. I personally had more fun playing in the Goj because it was just fans and teams were actually they mattered way more. It was instead of like 150 to 100 people showing up to an OJ game, it was I think one team we played against, they have sell-out crowds of over 1,000. And the town's 10,000 people. It's like 1/10 of the town is there. Yeah,
That that's crazy. That's awesome.
yeah, and then like even at Pelham, we had like super fans. Like the mayor came to our home opener and like dropped the puck. Like it
That
was pretty
that's
cool.
sick, especially when you get the support from like everyone. That is just unreal feeling.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I would show up at a deli and I'll just be talking like, oh yeah, play for Pelham. Like, oh, on the way, GB team. Like, yeah, or crossing the border, they're like checking my car. Like, do you play in the coach? I'm like, yeah, yeah. Like, oh, in the horseshoe division? Like, yeah. Like, oh, my bad. Like, have a nice day. And like, they just wave me on by. Like, that happened once crossing.
Luxury life right there.
What?
Luxury life right there.
Oh yeah, I gotta have a speeding ticket too. I told him I played juniors, and the cop just let me go right away. He just said, "You have a license, right?" I'm like, yeah, yeah. He goes, okay, yeah, you're good.
That that's crazy. You don't get that kind of like support like anywhere else. It's just that's a funny story.
No, like if I could do junior, the only thing I would do over again is juniors. Like I don't have regrets, but I mean, I would still like to go back and like play juniors. Like if I could do it again, I'd probably at like instead of going to South Stream, I loved it, but I would love to get more of that junior experience playing in the coach. Maybe like skip a senior year and do online or something. That was really fun playing there. Even though it wasn't lasted very long, and everybody there got canned when I got canned, so it went very good. But
Yeah, it just seemed like it was a lot of fun. Just you enjoyed every moment of it, which is huge, especially since you want to be successful as a goalie.
yeah,
Yeah. So, what was like the biggest thing you learned throughout like your junior career?
definitely don't worry about off ice stuff. That's why sometimes I would struggle on the ice. And when I stopped worrying about off ice stuff was when I went to Brockville, because it was literally like my last chance. Like, this is it. And I just like, it was like, well, it's junior B. I'm on a team. I just came to a team that's 4-17. So they haven't won a game in 2 months. So like, let's just have fun. I mean, like my first 12 games there, I was 11-1, and I was crazy. I remember, I don't really look at stats, but I remember showing my dad this because I thought it was crazy. I had a 91 save percentage with the 4 goals against. It's like crazy like that. Like,
And you still 0-11.
yeah, I was 11-1, and like we would lose games like 3-2, and we get outshot 40-17. I think like,
Wow.
yeah, I remember one game we played, we got outshot 52-20, and we lost 2-2 because it was the first, we were replaying the first game of the year, and I wasn't on the team at the time. They were losing 3-0 when the power went out. So we had to go back and play the whole game, but we automatically started down 3-0. So we lost 2-2 because the final score was 5-2. But
Dang, that's weird.
yeah, I mean, it was really weird, but definitely that's when I finally started like seeing some like more success on the ice. And it wasn't because, the levels or anything, just because I finally like realized like I just can't worry about what people say anymore. And like I think that was my problem when I was playing junior A or junior B in the coach, was I was worrying too much about what coaches were thinking, off ice issues, personal life. Where over there, like I was probably like the worst living experience off the ice, but on the ice that's where I played the best because I just put all aside and was like, I'm just going to have fun. Like that's the most important thing. Just
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah, I started off like you did that last year because like a men's league team called me up and they went through like 6 goalies like halfway through the year. I started out like 1-10, like 1 maybe, and then by the end of that, I was like 3-14. So
Yeah.
I got 3 of our 4 wins throughout the time that they had six
Sick.
goalies before that. So and
That's a good feeling.
yeah, it is. And we usually get shut out. We got shut out like 10 times that season.
Yeah, like I think the 2 games, like I remember when I found out I was going to Brockville, I was like, oh, let me look up this team. And the 2 games they played like recently before I got there, they lost 11-0 and like 8-1. Like it was
Yeah, that was like my team. Like we'd lose like 4-0. Like there's 6-0 games, 2-0 games, 1-0 games, 4-1 games, 3-1 games, 3-2.
if you have a bad night, it shows up real quick.
It does. And I'd face like 60 shots constantly.
Yeah, those were fun though. I remember my dad tweeted something after my last game, and I made in the 26. I think it was like I think I played 26 games. I think I made 1,000 saves or something like that. Like and I did the math on. I was averaging like 40-something saves a game. Sometimes we lose a game like 10-0.
That's unheard of.
I mean,
Wow.
that sucked losing games like that when you have a bad night. I mean, if you're making 53 saves and you're losing 12-0 still, like it's not really much you can
There's
do.
nothing you can do.
Just leave the rink.
Eat the rink, forget about it, and just
Yeah.
move on. Yeah, so like what was the process like going to like attend Kent State out of juniors? Like and
Yeah,
what made you
so
pick Kent State to be your school?
I definitely didn't envision myself playing ACHA growing up for sure. I mean, I was always a kid, growing up like playing AAA in Dallas. My dream school was like North Dakota because it's Midwest and everyone's like, oh, North Dakota, North Dakota. So, I after I got to Brockville, I kind of realized like I'm not playing NCAA Division I because what's going on. I didn't prove it myself. So looking at some D3 schools, and the only 2 schools I really liked were Babson and Bowdoin, and I could not get into those schools. Bowdoin I did not get in like at all. Like I wasn't even close, I think. And then Babson, I think I got interviews with some of the like academic people, but I was looking at a lot of my other D3 options, and I just did not like any of the schools. And I talked to Oakland's club team during the year, and they seemed very interested. But I kind of looked up the rankings of like all these like ACHA schools, and the guy schools were like really cool schools to go, like Oklahoma. And I was looking up videos, and like most of these teams had more fans than Division III teams and had like a rink. Like Kent has a rink on campus. We have our own locker room. We're sponsored by Bauer. I get discount on my gear.
Not a big deal, not
Get
bad.
500 fans a game. Some games, I think one game a year we get 1,000 for like our first game of the. Yeah, like it's fun playing for Kent. And like, if I went to a school in the middle of nowhere in New York, like we're getting like 100 fans and I get one free set every 4 years.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, you're living the dream right now. It, get
Yeah, I
Bauer,
mean, you saw my gear. It's
huge Bauer guy.
yeah. I mean, I switched over to Bauer about a little before the midway mark at South Shore. One of the goalies, the Okanagan European Eagles, the team would play against a lot. He like let me try on a set. Plays in like the pro Danish league. He's a good goalie. But yeah, I mean, you see my gear. It's pretty nice. I got the helmet. The only thing they wouldn't help me with is the paint job. So that
Yeah,
came in my pocket. But.
yeah. You've had some pretty sick setups. Like, what like goes into like making those setups?
Originally, I was gonna do all yellow for this year, and then it's kind of just playing around with the customizers. I don't know. My senior at Rice, those green Vons, I just pad wrapped it. You can't tell, but I pad wrapped it, and then I had Simmons a lot growing up, so you could definitely do a lot because it's a little bit cheaper, but it was still a good brand. Um, in juniors, kind of just kept it all white. But I think my like sickest setup, like besides now, was when I played Junior Coyotes. I had the Briskalov Vaughn V3s, and then I had a maroon Hakava. So I was definitely the most stylish goalie in Pee Wee Single A in Arizona for sure.
One of the stylish goalies in the league.
Oh yeah, big title I like to own.
Yeah, and so like, what went in like your mask, your paint job for your mask too?
I wanted to do something simple that wouldn't break the bank because I knew I was gonna
It's
pay for it.
expensive.
Yeah, and I found Vice, and he's from the area. So I sent him actually Roberto Alongo's mask. And I said, do this style. Here are my logos. And I'm 30, and my nickname in juniors was Shea Butter. So throw that anywhere on the helmet. And my goalie partner, my freshman year, Alex Okiki, his nickname is Beans. He recommended me to him, said he's really good. And if you give him creative freedom, we'll give you a discount. So I said, do whatever you want, show me what it looks like. And he got a graphic designer to make a mock-up and it looked awesome. So it says like Kent State has lightning. Like I can
Yeah,
go.
it looks pretty sick.
You want me
Yeah,
to go?
yeah, go for it.
Like I got him to add like little K's and lightning bolts, and then there's like lightning on the side
Oh,
where it says Kent State and then my number, and then on the back.
that that looks sick, especially with like all the details like that you really can't see until you're up close. It looks unreal.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like some of the coolest part was like definitely the like originally it was just K's, and then I got him to add lightning bolts. But I really like the fact that he did like the white retro thing right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I originally was gonna get a blue cage, but I think it really turned out real well the way he did it. So
the white cage is definitely the way to go. Like I used to have like the chrome and like
nah, chrome. I had a chrome my freshman year because I just had all white everything because I came in and yeah, I'm definitely happy I did this. If I was gonna get a custom cage color, I would have gotten like yellow down the middle bar to match the yellow middle stripe,
yeah.
and then like blue on the side. But I feel like that's just too much. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that crazy. I mean, I'm pretty loud, but I didn't want to go super crazy with the helmet like that.
Yeah, it's just I used to have a straight bar cage, and then I was like, no, I'm changing to a cat eye, and
Oh, you gotta.
cat eyes are so much better, and I will never go back to a straight bar.
I like cat eye. I mean, I had cat eye in prep school. And I went to a straight bar and went juniors in Canada. So, I mean, once you like skate for a day, like you don't really notice it. If you have a chrome straight bar, not a white straight bar though, and playing juniors up there, you gotta get a white one though, or you're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah. The white bar or the white cage, like I definitely like that a lot more. It's a lot more stylish and it pops out. I'd show it, but it's currently in my bag because I'm playing later today. So
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I mean, my gear's here because I don't want to put in the locker room yet because I don't know the schedule of the rink time. So I'm just kind of
yeah,
like my studio apartment smells wonderful.
I bet. Like I have this like thing right here to like
Ah,
dry,
okay, nice.
and it definitely like stinks down here when like I come back from the rink and just put it all out. It smells wonderful.
I actually do gotta get into chesty though. I like your Vaughn chesty. I still have my Simmons chest pad from like senior year of high school. It's a tank.
Really?
Oh, it's an absolute tank. Like some of the straps are kind of loose, like over here on the arms, like they kind of just fall off. I just gotta put them on. But
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
the thing, like I don't really get stinger still, and it's like 4 years old.
Hey, it's a tank. That's why.
It's an absolute. And it has like a beef kit on the inside where it's like extra padding. It's definitely illegal, but
Well, as long as they don't find out. Yeah,
yeah.
because I have two trustees right now. I have like the V8, and then my one of my buddies uh gave me a V7. So I definitely like switch out like every single skate just because they're both like really good, and like I rarely get stingers with them. So just change it up a little bit.
That's pretty nice. I wish I had that luxury of having two things of gear.
Hey, he just gave it to me for some reason, so I'm not complaining.
Buy that man some dinner. Take him on a date.
Uh, maybe one day. So like, what was it like during like COVID? Since like with like the season, did it like affect your season at all, or like what?
No, we we were we were we didn't really come close to making the nationals, and we didn't actually make our conference playoff either for like the first time in, like 10 years. I think it was pretty bad. So right after our season ended, like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, like campus got shut down. So
Was
nothing really changed with us. But I mean, definitely, it was nice going home for a bit, seeing some family. Um, I got to skate over at Elevate 02 with Tori Mitchell and Swaggy P. UVM guys, play pro. Peter Lyons is Swaggy P. I should have said that, but that's what we just call him. But really good guys. I got to train with all like the best kids around. So I got to skate before I came back to Ohio for my internship. So it was definitely pretty good training for during COVID.
yeah, that's a pretty good summer. I would say, especially with
Yeah, I mean, I got
what's
to hit
going
the
on.
ice like early April, and I don't know anyone else that hit the ice early April in the United States. So,
I didn't hit till my birthday, June 1st.
oh no, I was hitting the ice in April, and then even like in May a little bit in Ohio. So, Ohio was pretty good for the COVID, and then Vermont, nobody lives there, so nobody gets it.
Yeah, so you could just go on whenever you want.
I mean, nobody lives there, so.
Yeah, yeah, that is yeah, true. So like I got a few more questions for you before I know I got to get going soon. So
You're good.
what's your favorite part of practice and your least favorite part?
Favorite part of practice when I get off, I'm joking. No, favorite part of practice is when we do like battle drills and games, like 2-on-2, or cross ice when losing team has to get bagged or something. I love that. Or when we do like competitions, I think like I took it so serious that I kept track like when I would win and stuff. So like I remember like
And
I
I'm bringing in other people's faces, brag.
Oh, I think like I beat my goal because we had 3 goalies to start the year, and then one got hurt, so it was just me and the other kid. I think I beat him for like 2 consecutive months. Like I took it that serious. I took it like way too serious. Like when I lost, like I was pretty pissed. Damn it! But my least favorite part is when our coach would yell at us. That wasn't very fun.
That's very understandable. Or
Yeah,
taking pucks to the head.
yeah, taking pucks that I mean, that's why I'm happy I didn't get a blue cage because my cage is pretty dented. Like if I have to get a new cage, I can just go out and get a white one or get the equipment manager to get me one. But now it's like the powers that make blue cages.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the last couple skates I've gotten hit in the head 9 times.
Really? I
Yeah.
got domed pretty bad with
People
me
don't
and
know how to shoot the puck at
no shoot.
taking
They just
puck
don't like you.
and shit. So I'm always taking pucks to the head, and my cage is pretty dented now.
Yeah, you got it. That's I think at one point during juniors, my cage got so dented that it touched my nose. So I had to get a new cage.
Oh, dang, that's not good.
No, I had a Simmons bucket at the time.
And time for the upgrade.
Yeah, I got the 960 after that for sure.
Yeah. So, who would you say is a goalie that you look up to in the NHL, AHL, wherever? Ryan Miller.
Yeah, Ryan Miller for sure. He was that's why I'm number 30. I remember my mom grew up a big Sabres fan. So when I started playing hockey in Chicago, she made me a big Sabres fan, even before I was a goalie. So Ryan Miller's been a big inspiration for me. Jeff Lurg, especially as well, because I was really short growing up, and he was always my favorite. Like I watched Michigan State because of Ryan Miller, and when Michigan State won the national championship run in '08, Jeff Lurg was someone I really looked up
Yep.
to. Watching him throughout his career, I would always kind of look up where he's playing, so just because he was a really cool person to follow, and I really like watching John Gibson, Carey Price. I can get one more. Yeah, those guys. Because I work out with in the summer. Sometimes I'll skate with Sudsy. He's the goalie coach for the Ducks, so he talks a lot about John Gibson, and his advanced stats make me think he's sometimes best goalie in the league.
Hey, he is one of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to learn, especially from his goalie coach.
Oh yeah, I got to
Help
skate
you
with Nico Dawes
especially.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nico. I got to skate with Nico too with him. It was the summer before he blew up. I remember he was talking, and he was he just came off a Memorial Cup championship loss, didn't play a game. He was really calm, mild-tempered guy, and just had a lot of confidence himself and worked really hard that summer. And him and his goalie coach really did well. I mean, he's the number one rated prospect goalie in all of North America right now, and he skipped out on his draft year.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking in the locker room. He goes, "Yeah, I would have gotten drafted in the NHL if I didn't get hurt. If I didn't miss that many games, I would have got drafted." And I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of confidence." That's something to me that I feel like I gained that confidence this summer working with Neil and Mike, where it's yeah, I can do this or that.
Confidence is definitely huge.
Yeah, that's why I think it's super important, because he knew he could do it, and he just went out and did it. He had the best stats in all of CHL.
Exactly. Stats prove something. So as long as he keeps doing it, he's confident. All good. Yeah. So Shea, thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing what you do at Kent State this year.
Yeah, thanks for letting me ramble on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. This is fun.
Yeah.